It hadn't been different from any other night before the accident. That perhaps is what keeps the glowing embers of rage alive in her stomach. It could have been anyone. The streets of Iran were quiet at night. Lanterns cast a soft glow cutting through the spring fog, roof shingles clattering on the frigid air as a young girl hunched against the sudden chill, hands buried deep in her jacket pockets, fingers poking through the holes. She should have heard him coming. If not the heavy footsteps trailing hers against the cobblestone street, his ragged panting setting harmony with the whistling wind should have tipped her off. But that is not how the story goes. Years of walking the same path had led her to no longer concern herself with her surroundings, instead crafting tales to tell her sister once home, tucked under blankets near the hearth's fire, waiting for the stew to finish heating up. And so she never thought twice, until teeth were already buried above her clavicle. His breath was hot on her neck, claws raking down her arms, fire so unlike that in the hearth at home, tracing through her veins, eating her insides and boiling her blood. Screaming was never an option. The air from her lungs forcefully expelled from the crushing weight above her even as she thrashed against her attacker, fists meeting fur, her own nails clawing at silver eyes and pointed ears where ears should not be. How hard she fought did not matter. He took what he wanted and nothing more, leaving her laying on cold stone with warm blood framing her still form as she stared blankly up at the full moon as it gazed down at her in laughter.
Mayir! Mayir!
She shoots awake, gasping for breath, disoriented despite eyes wide, desperately searching for any sense of stability to cling to. Thrashing against coarse fabric weighing her down, her half-awake mind struggles to comprehend what was real and what was dream. A sluggish haze somehow only amplifying the sharp buzz of panic. The blankets are pulled back and someone is grabbing her shoulders, a warning growl tearing from her throat before she can stop herself. Not him. It's not him, he's dead. Dead, her rationale whispers to her as she pants, trying to get her bearings.
Shh. You're okay. You're safe.
The voice that had called her name hushes her as if soothing a spooked dog. Mayir swallows down another growl, breathing slow and heavy in an attempt to slow her heart from skittering past her teeth.
There we go. You want to talk about it?
Blinking, Mayir finally registers the concerned face of her dorm mate, Faolan, peering at her, golden amber eyes meeting watery green. She allows herself 2 more shaky breaths before molding her own expression into that of a snarling smile, all teeth and sharp glares. Call her a monster. She has it locked in silver chains, trained to heed her demands and nothing more. She is not like him. Fuck off! She snaps, both cutting off that spiraling thought and pushing Faolan away as she gets off her cot, determined to ignore the echoes of pain that follow her like an afterimage. She rolls her aching shoulders back and stretches her arms above her head just as she would any other morning before training. Blatantly ignoring the pair of eyes boring into her back, she throws open the wardrobe to fish out a fresh uniform, pulling wrinkled clothes from where they had been tossed to the bottom. She had stopped hanging them up properly about a month into training. Why bother pretending you aren't a wild animal if that's all they will see you as? You done staring or you gonna get ready for training? She slams the bathroom door shut behind her instead of waiting for an answer. Mayir rarely looks in the mirror anymore. The scarring up and down her shoulders, the afterimage of teeth raked across her collarbone is still too fresh. That doesn't stop her from ripping the arms off her uniform shirt to force the others to see her pain. A reminder of what things like them could do if they do not learn how to get control of themselves. She does not need the visual reminder. She carries it every day. But the others, classmates, mentors, senior hunters, some have grown too lax in their approach. It is all too easy to forget how quickly that monster looming beneath the skin can consume your humanity when you've grown so used to passively holding it back. The monotony of recruitment and training easing them into a false sense of security. She refuses to let them forget.
Are you sure you're all right?
Faolan asks her seriously as she throws open the bathroom door and storms out. This time, she allows herself to properly snarl at them. Do I fucking look okay? Why bother asking? She's just about ready to shove past them and make her way to the mess hall when their response stops her short.
So you know I'm here for you if you need me. You're not alone.
Mayir can't help but huff a laugh.
Pretty words for a purebred fuzzball.
She looks them over. They had left in their braids, sandy hair fuzzy from sleep. The scar across their nose breaks the pattern of freckles scattered across their face. The nickname causes their mouth to quirk up in a half smile, distorting the scar that cut down the corner there. There are stories there. One she does not have the energy to wonder about. Just because they were born with the monster in them did not mean they became one. Mayir aches, the growl in her gut reminiscent of the one she had strangled when her sister had looked at her the same way all those months ago. Faolan does not notice, instead extending a hand and nodding to the door. For a moment, it is Layla reaching for Mayir's hand, laughing as the two race home from school for dinner. Mayir blinks, and it is only her doormate before her. Her sister is back home, safe from the monster that still snarls in Mayir's veins.
Come on. Let's get breakfast.